Hello. Today we'll be discussing one of the most relevant and important topics for families who are considering obtaining European Union citizenship for their children. Many parents ask themselves, how can I ensure my child has the opportunity to live, study, and grow in Europe? In this video, we'll explain in detail how a child can obtain EU citizenship, what rights and benefits this grants them, and how this status can be legally and safely extended to the entire family. We'll walk you through every key step of this process, from verifying the child's eligibility to preparing documents and securing residency status for the parents. This process requires special attention to detail, knowledge of the specific country's legislation, and the correct sequence of actions. So stay with us until the end. We'll cover the most important steps, advise you on what to look out for, and show you how to avoid mistakes so that your family's path to EU citizenship is as transparent and successful as possible. So, let's figure out the most important question. Under what circumstances is a child eligible for European Union citizenship? This isn't just a formality. A clear understanding of the requirements allows you to choose the best path forward and avoid delays or rejections down the line. Citizenship by birth. If one of the parents is already a citizen of an EU member state, the child usually acquires citizenship automatically. This applies regardless of where the child was born, at home, in another country, or even while traveling. It is important to understand that automatic citizenship does not mean the process is complete. The necessary documents must be properly prepared: a birth certificate, the passport of the parent who is a citizen, and official proof of parentage. These documents will serve as the basis for the child to officially enjoy all the rights of an EU citizen. Example: a family lives outside Europe and one of the parents is already an EU citizen. Even if the child was born in another country, they are legally entitled to an EU passport. However, without proper registration and documentation, this status can be challenged, so every detail matters. Citizenship through naturalization. If a child is born into a family where the parents do not yet have EU citizenship, there is another option: naturalization. Many European countries allow children to obtain citizenship after residing in their territory for a certain period of time. This usually involves several years of legal residence, attending local schools, complying with the country's laws, and sometimes demonstrating proficiency in the language. This path requires patience and planning, but it is completely legal and transparent. Moreover, it often opens up opportunities not only for the child but also for the parents. Once the child becomes a citizen, the parents can apply for long-term residency and, over time, for citizenship. Example: a family relocated to an EU country for work. After a few years, the child attends a local school and is officially registered in the country. After a certain period, the parents can use the through-the-child route to legally secure their own status, making this route strategically important. Why it is important to choose the right path. Each EU country sets its own rules and timeframes. Some require residency of 3 to 5 years, while others require specific documents and procedures. A mistake at this stage can result in a rejection or delay the process for years. That is why it is important to plan ahead and understand the requirements of the specific country. Carefully prepare all documents and their translations. Use legal and transparent channels to avoid creating problems for your child and the entire family. Choosing the right path is not only a matter of the law, but also a matter of your child's future: access to education, healthcare, freedom of movement within Europe, and future opportunities for work and life. To begin the process of obtaining EU citizenship for your child, it's important to have a clear understanding of where to start. The process always begins with verifying your status, as all subsequent steps depend on this. Step 1. Checking the parent's status. If you are already an EU citizen, the process for your child becomes much simpler. In this case, the child is entitled to citizenship almost automatically, but that doesn't mean you can skip the formalities. What you need to do at this stage: prepare documents proving your relationship, such as the child's birth certificate and the parent's passports. Verify that your documents are up to date. Passports must be valid, and birth certificates must be properly issued and, if necessary, translated into the language of the country. Example: an EU citizen parent lives outside Europe. Even if the child was born in another country, properly verifying the status and preparing the documents ensures that the child can obtain citizenship without unnecessary complications. Step 2. Registering your child. The next step is to formally register the child with the relevant authorities in the country. In some EU countries, this is done through local civil registration offices, in others, through the consulate abroad. Registration is not just a bureaucratic formality, it confirms the child's right to citizenship and opens the door for the entire family to legally secure their status. Without this step, the subsequent transfer of citizenship to parents or other family members may not be possible. What the registration process involves: submitting documents confirming the child's birth and the parent's citizenship, filling out official forms and applications. Sometimes, a personal visit to the relevant agency or consulate to verify the information. It is important to understand, every step is a building block on the path to legally and safely obtaining citizenship. A missed step or a mistake can delay the process for months or even years. It is important to understand one key point. Obtaining citizenship for a child is not only their right, but also a strategic move for the entire family. Once a child is officially registered as an EU citizen, new opportunities open up for the parents. Depending on the country, parents can apply for long-term or permanent residency, which allows them to live, work, and study in the country legally. In the future, apply for citizenship themselves by going through the standard naturalization process, which is often made easier if the family already has a child who is an EU citizen. This path is often referred to as status transfer through a child. It is particularly relevant for families who want to settle in Europe legally and safely without resorting to workarounds or risking legal violations. Example: a family relocated to Europe and the child is registered as a citizen of one of the EU countries. After a few years, the parents can apply for long-term residency and later for citizenship. This path is not only legal, but also ensures a stable future in Europe for the entire family. Access to healthcare, education, the right to work, and social benefits. Why this matters? The child receives all the benefits of an EU citizen, including education and freedom of movement. Parents gain a legal path to long-term residency and future citizenship. The entire family can plan their future in Europe without risks or uncertainty. Thus, registering a child is not just a bureaucratic step, but a strategic decision that opens the way for the entire family to live in Europe. Let's take a step-by-step look at the entire process so you can see how a child's citizenship can really open doors for the whole family. The child obtains EU citizenship. The first step is the most important one. After a child is officially registered as an EU citizen, they are granted all the rights of a citizen of that country. The right to attend schools and universities, access healthcare, move freely within EU countries, and receive social benefits. Parents apply for a residence permit. The next step is to process the documents for the parents. Many EU countries allow parents of EU citizen children to obtain a residence permit based on their family relationship. This means that parents can live, work, and study in the country legally by relying on their child's status. Citizenship application for adults. After a certain period of time, parents may apply for citizenship. The requirements vary by country. In some countries, from 3 to 5 years of residence is sufficient, while in others, it may be less or more. Sometimes the level of integration and language proficiency are also taken into account. What to keep in mind? Each country sets its own requirements, timeframes, and conditions. It is important to strictly follow all formalities. Otherwise, the process may be delayed or rejected. It is recommended to consult with immigration specialists in advance to choose the best path. Thus, the process works like a step-by-step ladder. First the child, then the parents, and gradually the entire family gains legal and transparent access to life in Europe. The next key point is preparing the documents correctly. The smoothness and speed of the citizenship application process for the child and the entire family largely depend on these documents. To begin with, it is important to gather the basic set of documents: the child's birth certificate, the primary document confirming the child's parentage and right to citizenship, parents' passports, valid passports for all adult family members involved in the process, documents confirming the citizenship of one of the parents. This can be a passport, a citizenship certificate, or the relevant registration, proof of residence and family status, evidence of cohabitation, the parents' marriage, and the child's official residence with them. But simply gathering the documents is not enough. All papers must be properly prepared, translated into the country's language, and certified by the relevant authorities. For example, some countries require an apostille on the birth certificate, and translations must be notarized. Any inaccuracy or omission of a formality can significantly delay the path to citizenship, so preparing the documents requires special attention. Legal support is an equally important step on the path to EU citizenship. Even if you are completely confident in your eligibility for citizenship for your child and the entire family, a single error in the documents or choosing the wrong path can lead to a rejection and serious delays. Why this is important: each EU country has its own unique rules and timelines for obtaining citizenship. What works in one country may not work in another. The wording in documents, the correct order of filing applications, and even minor nuances in translations can be critical when your case is reviewed. Without the guidance of a specialist, you risk overlooking details that will be difficult to correct after a rejection. Obtaining EU citizenship for a child is not just a formality. It is the key to a host of rights and opportunities that help build a stable and secure future for the entire family. Let's take a closer look at the main benefits. Access to free or subsidized education. An EU citizen child gains the right to attend schools and universities in the country without significant financial constraints. This includes access to public schools, as well as the opportunity to receive grants and scholarships available only to citizens of the country. This path opens the door to a quality education and future career prospects for the child. EU-level healthcare coverage. Citizenship grants access to the healthcare system on par with local residents. This means free or subsidized medical care, including emergency care, routine checkups, and vaccinations. For the family, this is a guarantee of security and confidence in the future. Freedom of movement across European countries. An EU citizen can travel, study, or work in any EU country without complicated visa procedures. This opens up new horizons for education, work, and personal development, and makes it easier for the whole family to travel. The right to work and reside for the entire family. When a child obtains citizenship, parents and other family members can use this status to legally reside and work in the country. This creates a stable foundation for life, professional fulfillment, and social well-being. These benefits make the process of obtaining citizenship not just a formality, but a strategic step for the future of the entire family. It is a path to education, security, freedom, and new opportunities that will be open to your child and to you. So, let's conclude. To ensure that a child obtains EU citizenship and that this status can be passed on to the family, it is important to check your status and the child's eligibility for citizenship. Prepare and certify all necessary documents. Register the child with the relevant authorities. Use the status transfer through the child route for parents. Consult specialists to guide you through the entire process. If you would like to learn more about how to legally obtain EU citizenship for your child and your entire family, please contact our specialists. Our specialists assist clients at every stage of the citizenship application process, analyzing the situation, helping with document collection, preparing the application, and guiding you through the rest of the procedure. Submit a request for a free consultation following the link in the description. We will assess your situation, review your existing documents, identify potential legal grounds for your application, and advise you on what steps to take next. Properly prepared documents and the right approach can significantly increase your chances of a successful result. Take the first step toward new opportunities today, and we will help you go through this process professionally, calmly, and confidently.